Wait, let me just check my Arsenal one last time. Okay, we don't have possession. It's fine. Okay. Yo, what's good? Welcome back to another Goldblooded podcast. You feel me? Episode 30. Feel me? Episode 30, man. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, what a week. Not just for me, for you guys, for the Warriors community, bro. 4-1. And I felt like there's a lot of positives to take away because we started the season excellently. But before we get into all that, you guys already know the drill. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications to be notified when we upload. And most importantly, I mean this with the utmost importance. If you see this on YouTube and you're not a member of this room, there's a link in the description, playback.tv/goldblooded. Click that link, join this room, and if you so happen to have a little change on you, get a subscription, we're going to give you something called a VIP. And that's going to allow you to watch the game with not just me, but us. You feel me? Yeah. Anyways, though, man, before we get into today's game, we got to ask the lovely guys, man. Gifted Denver, bro. How was your week? And tell me how you feeling, man.
Yo, I've had a very shitty week. I had to go to the Cavs Pistons game that was built. I had to stay awake for an 11 p.m. game yesterday. That was insane. I basically got no rest at all after
It
the
was
game
worth it,
last
though.
night. It was worth it. It was for sure worth it. But man, it could have easily went the other way, and I would have been tight. But
Yeah.
happy to be back. I think our last pod was like at the end of preseason.
Yeah, it was 8 days ago. Nine
Yeah.
days ago when this video uploads, but yeah, 9 days ago.
We got a
It's been,
sample size to get to for sure.
bro, it's crazy. It's been 5 games in 9 days?
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah.
That is absolutely outrageous, man. But nah, Denver, bro. We was talking about San Diego before we even launched this pod, bro. So clearly the vibes is high for Denver, man. Talk to me, bro. How you doing?
Yeah, man. I started the gambling again this season. I turned $10 into $400 in the last week. So I was like, it's hot today. Maybe I'll just I don't know, go to San Diego or something, or like I don't know, just get out of the house. But then I was like, oh yeah, we gotta we gotta I got stuff to do. But other than that, man, it's been a great week. I'm not gonna lie, man. My team is actually doing stuff. The player that we were pissed off about the entire offseason has actually bought into the system, which we'll get into later. But man, it's been great. Other than the 8 p.m. start time, which
Never bring that back again.
Kind of nuts.
I'm not gonna lie. I know he's from like Pacific time, so the latest he sees a game start is usually like 5 o'clock. That's the latest. I'm pretty sure for the most part of our
7
Warrior career.
Yeah.
7? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
10 o'clock games. 10 o'clock games. True. 8 o'clock for you, 10:30 finish, 11 finish. That ain't too bad, bro. 11, bro.
11 is crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's
bro.
crazy.
We didn't
Like,
finish that game. The fourth quarter started and it was 1 a.m.
Yeah, that's
And
what I
the
was
crazy
like.
part is, if it wasn't a blowout,
Oh God, yeah, we
it would
would
have
have been.
stayed till like 2.
Yeah, bro. Like I was saying this as I was like editing the clips and stuff, because when you download the clips, your PC gives like the timestamp for the download or the file or whatever. And I was just looking. I was like, bro, this is a clip from the third quarter, and this just says 9:47 p.m. Like, like what the?
Bro, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. We got 2 more of those games, bro, and one of them is against the defending champions. But that's another conversation for another day. Let's get into these games, man. So obviously we have 5 games to cover, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys because you guys are a beloved audience, so I would never lie to you. Some of these games are fries. In terms of they happened a long time ago, and it was pretty standard in terms of how we played in the win. So some of the games that we covered feel like it was rather quick. That means at least we deemed it as fries. And by fries, I mean very quick, easy, not too much going on, right? But opening night of the NBA, and mind you, I just want to say this quickly. What an opening week, first of all. That is quickly. What a opening week. If we covered all the games throughout the week, bro, the amount of 40 and 50 balls we've seen, goodness gracious. But we played the Lakers and a pretty standard win. Luka essentially by himself. Reeves poured in 25, but most of them came pretty You know what I'm saying? Not really anything important in terms of like how he was scoring. It was towards the end, but a pretty standard win. Steph nearing a triple double, I think that game, or had one, I forget. Jimmy Butler had 30, and it was really solid. Like I felt like we had most control for most of the game up until the fourth quarter, where they came to like a 6 point gap between the two teams, where we're still up by 6, and then we eventually closed it out. But yeah, for me, at least in my opinion, I thought it was a pretty standard one, a good opening night statement. I guess always beating the Lakers at LA is a tough place to play. So, what did you guys think of the game?
I agree with you, KB. That was built. I think for me personally, that game was important for us to win to start off the season right, because obviously losing to a LeBron-less Lakers, regardless of Luke has a 40-point triple double or not, would have been a very bad way to start the season. It was good to see Kuminga show his floor game transfer from preseason into the regular season right away. So that was probably the biggest upside from that game that I would say. Outside of Butler, like day one being super aggressive, showing that yes, I'm a very good player. I'm not just gonna have like 5 points in the regular season because I don't care about it. Like I care about this team, we're trying to win, and also going 16 for 16 for the free throw line. All those things were good.
I agree fully. I ain't gonna lie. I have no disagreements, gang. Never talk to me, bro.
I think it was an important win, just because it showed that this team is capable of winning games like that on the road against a tough team with, Luka having the fantastic game that he had. But Steph didn't even really shoot particularly well that game, if I recall. And so that was also important to me. Here, hold on. Let me I'm trying to see what he shot. Actually, let me just look up the box score. But we saw a lot of positives, which I'm sure reiterate in the other games, mainly to do with JK Pods. I'm pretty sure he had an all right game. Yeah, he was 3 for 7, 7 rebounds. Steph was 3 for 9 from 3, and yeah, Jimmy Butler 31 points, and he was just starting off the season getting to the free throw line. Yeah, 16 free throws, as Ken just mentioned. Like it was very clear that the extra time and like the extra off season, I think is really gonna be key for this team. Also, Al Horford had a lot of solid minutes, even though he only played 20. He still gave you 5 rebounds, gave you, great defense. And overall, the team just seemed like, I don't know what the word would be,
Cohesive.
like cohesive. Like pretty much everybody had like a pretty solid all around game.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was again pretty standard win. I thought Al Horford was solid for us defensively with some of the rim protection that he provided.
Oh yeah,
Steph
Buddy Hield
wasn't.
second half. That too. That too.
Yeah, that I actually forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, standard. Honestly, shout out to Luca. He poured in 40, and he's been great this season. Unfortunate injury with his finger, and I think also calf tightness. I believe he's gonna be out for a little bit. The Lakers just are just crippled with injuries, but AR seems to be handling it well himself. He poured in a 25. Like I said, he's been hooping. He had a 50-point game and a 40-point game, and he's been averaging outrageous numbers as well. So shout out to AR, shout out to Luca. But the Warriors prevail. So it don't really matter, you know what I'm saying? But the next game, man, and boy, this was probably my favorite game of the season. Bias, obviously, because I'm a Warriors fan, but what a game. I'm not gonna lie. That was a genuine, outrageous game. Potential game of the year type of vibe. You know what I mean? That's how crazy it was. But the Warriors host the Nuggets coming in, and obviously, since our year of winning a title, they have been busting our ass. Them and the Clippers. I'm gonna be honest with you. We just been getting smoked by those two teams in the regular season specifically. Like they just been manhandling us. I'm gonna be honest. But the Warriors win 137 to 131 in a fashion that I honestly couldn't have predicted. If I told you a player were to score 50 points in this game, you probably think, oh, Steph might have went crazy because of Jokic drop, or maybe Jimmy Butler got hella free throws, or Jokic actually, maybe because he just said, you know what, mismatch in size, I'm gonna start going crazy. If I told you Aaron Gordon went for 50 in this game, you just honestly wouldn't believe me. And if I also told you that 50-point game was also the most efficient 50-point game in NBA history, you would then look at me and laugh and think Aaron Gordon would never do that in his life. But it happened. And we still won, which is crazy. But my biggest takeaway from this game, I want to say is the rallying that I've seen from this team in the second half, but closer to the fourth quarter. Obviously, we're going to talk about the start of the game, but I felt like towards the end of the third, the fourth, and OT is when the Warriors genuinely just locked in, especially defensively. The rotations that I was seeing from Draymond, we're going to talk about Kuminga, what he did in that third and fourth quarter as well. Even Steph, from the guards and the POAs to the centers, and offensively, the execution in that lineup of JK, Jimmy, Al, Dre, and Steph. Bro, that lineup was something special that night. But Denver, talk to me about what did you think of that game?
Well, I think that it started off the same way how a lot of games this season has started off. We went on a 10-0 run to start the game, and then they quickly responded back with, I believe, a 12-0 run.
Yeah.
And that's when the Aaron Gordon show started. Now, Aaron Gordon, while he is a great three-point shooter in spurts, like I feel like the Warriors were doing the same thing that they were doing with Jaylen Brown a couple seasons ago, where it was like, I mean, yeah, you could shoot, but like, we'll live with that. But then this dude starts hitting, like, it got to a point where they were literally running not hammer action, but like they were literally running screenaways into the corner for Aaron Gordon. I've never seen them do that before. Like,
They did it at the end of the game. Like it wasn't supposed to be.
I'm talking about the one at the end of the first half where
Yeah.
he was flaring to the corner. They ran a pin away for him, and Jokic just threw it over the top to the corner, and he just laced it.
Bro,
I think
it was insane, bro.
yeah,
Honestly,
7 for 7 in the first half, I believe.
bro, he had like 28 in the first half, bro, or
Yeah,
25, something like that.
and we weren't necessarily even playing bad. Like, the thing about it was he was really the only person in that half that was, like, actually doing anything. And so,
And Jamal, to be fair, Jamal
yeah.
was good.
Yeah, and I felt like if we were able to kinda get him under control, we could kinda make a run to get back because they had, like, I think 70 in the first half.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was really, like, the only thing. But, do you want me to talk about, like, the second half too, or are we gonna do that, later?
No, we can talk about the second half as well. I want to hear from Gifted though. I'm not gonna lie, because I
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
in real time that brother Gifted was going through it. He was going through it.
Like, I was getting so frustrated because it's like, after I saw Aaron Gordon be one of the best playoff players in the league last year, I'm thinking, okay, reputation got to be a little bit upgraded from where it was 2 years ago. Like, the work he put, like, okay, he's the guy that you have to, care about. The fact that Aaron Gordon only got 11 threes up is kind of a disappointment for Denver. Like, how do they not get him more and more shots? Because we kept giving it to him over and over and over. And I want to, like, make sure that we really specify how crazy this was. This man shot 17 for 21. 50 points. That's one of the most efficient 50-point games I've ever witnessed in my life. And the fact that he didn't see the ball more is a disappointment for Denver, I would say, because we gave him many shots. But also, he was also saying, you know what, I'm hot, give me the ball. And he was getting to his own shots as well. It was a really out-of-body experience. But those are the games that we lose normally. And we're able to win the game. And I think the second half really put a lot of things into perspective about how serious this team really can be, because they were able to consistently get to their offensive spots, especially to the very end of the game with younger players. Again, to me, the game ball goes to Will Richards. He was great. Like I'll never forget that pull-up three early in transition, KB. That shot right there that took guts. Like, I couldn't believe that. Like, that really showed how ready he was, and more importantly, how confident he was in himself. So it was some very exciting stuff.
I don't know. I don't know about giving him the game ball, because Steph did have like
42.
all of our points for like a 3-minute span. But
Yeah, 16. The last 16 points we scored, I think in regulation, he scored
We're
all
off from Curry. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, game ball. I will have to disagree, but I do think he was arguably
he
our
deserves his
best
credit
player.
though. Yeah.
No, I don't want to get off the highs because there's a lot of highs to get to in terms of every game.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But I just want to get this off early. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. GP2 needs to resign from the game.
Oh, it was bad. It
No,
was
no,
bad
no.
with GP2.
No,
Yeah.
just not even like I'll be honest with you, not even just from the first two games. This was happening in preseason. This happened last year. I can't even argue it's happened the season before that. This brother reeks of piss. He hasn't showered and he stinks. I don't know what he's been up to, bro. Genuinely, I don't know what he does anymore. This 6'2" power forward gimmick I can slash, bro. It's 2025. Fries in the bag, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, bro. And you maybe think, KB, you're being a bit harsh. He's a warrior. He helped you win a title. Absolutely. And he was a very important piece to helping us win a title. I can always say that. And he was very good for us. But I can also say your time has come. And by time, I mean your time on this team in terms of minutes, it's over. There's too many good guards on this team for you to continuously harass our percentages, harass our plus minus, harass every single bit of basketball when we play. And we'll get into some games where I kid you not, anytime he was on the floor, either our lead would shrink or theirs would increase. It's no difference. He would come onto the floor, foul for 5 minutes, and Steve Kerr would just DMP him for the rest of the game.
I want to say something real quick about that too, right? There is a art to the way GP2 will find a way to foul a 3-point shooter and put him on the line. Like how consistently he's good for that game to game to game, where he will just find a way to foul a 3-point shooter and we have to deal with that. There's an art to how he will cut in the open space, and if it's not a dunk, he's missing the shot no matter what the coverage is. There's an art to it, and I somewhat can respect it, but also it's like, gang, for you to be the lead cause sometimes when you come in the lineup, like he's the anti-Steph, he's anti-gravity at this point, right? Like it is really hurting the team. And I feel bad because he still has moments in games where he makes big plays. Like, okay, that's a good play, but it does not overshadow all the other bad plays that come with that. It just doesn't.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even remember a GP2 moment this season so far. Not even in preseason. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. There's nothing impactful that he does anymore. His defense has declined significantly. His POA defending is not reliable as much as it used to be. Offensively, we already knew how inept he was at being good at anything outside of roll finishes from Steph Curry. Like, if you can't slip and finish at the basket with Steph Curry giving you open lanes, bro, respectfully, what are you good for? There's just like, you don't have like a place on. If he wants to be on the team, obviously we don't have the decisions to make like cuts and stuff like that, of course. But like, if I'm the coaching staff and I'm Steve Kerr, I'm not playing this guy when I have Will Richards, Moses Moody, Melton, who we'll talk about because there's been news about him coming in, and Seth is going to be coming in as well, along with Brandon Pajemski. That's 5 guards, and then Steph, that's 6 guards I just named. That there's no, like, respectfully, there is no room for GP2. The only time I see room for him is when there's 3 seconds left on the clock in the second quarter and we need a defensive stop. Literally, that's it. And even then, he might foul the 3-point shooter. Genuinely. I'm not even trolling, bro. But, bro, Gary Payton II, bro, we loved your time here. You know what I'm saying? It was cool, bro. Fries in the bag immediately, bro. I just want to get that out the way.
Back to the positives. Draymond's defense on Jokic was spectacular.
That last play was crazy,
bro.
That last play was insane.
Yeah, that last play was outrageous, bro.
How many players can do that in the league?
Like, I want to break down the sequence, right? I'm gonna break down the sequence for you. There's a possession where they're inbounding the ball. I believe Jamal Murray and Christian Brown are trying to get a little pit, like a curl action going, just a screen going to get a switch. So when Jamal receives the ball, he can give it to Jokic, and so that there can be a mismatch. So what they did was Draymond was guarding Jamal initially, right? And they wanted to set the screen. And then Jonathan Kuminga comes down, Draymond sends him away. He sends him away. Then when they switch and they go away, Christian Brown, as he's leaving, Draymond Green is telling, go back, go back, go back, go back, so that they can run the switch action again, and Draymond would stay attached to Jamal while Al is guarding Jokic. They run the pick and roll. Draymond shows, recovers to Jokic, and then as he's hooking the shot, I think Jonathan Kuminga gets a good contest off of it. And then we tip out the ball, so it sends it to OT. Like, bro, when I say that is ridiculous in terms of the communication and like effort alone to be able to do those things gifted, crazy. It's crazy.
It's huge.
It's huge. And like those are the type of moments to me where we go into OT and I know we're winning this game. I just know it because you don't do all that. Steph doesn't hit that 40-footer that we even talked about, that absolutely outrageous jump shot where he just pulled from my house essentially to the net, bro, and just cashes that bitch. And then Draymond does that. There wasn't a feeling in my body that thought we're not winning this game. There wasn't.
I think the biggest thing we haven't said yet is the fact that we played the Steph, Draymond, Kuminga, Al Horford lineup in the fourth quarter, and that lineup specifically, like all five, specifically never played a rep in preseason or even practice, and they trotted that out against the Denver Nuggets, a team that again we have not beaten historically for the past two campaigns in the regular season, maybe even three, right? So for them to have the confidence in that is huge. But the other thing that's so key is Kerr early in the season trusting Kuminga to be in that lineup. Last year, I can promise you, I can almost guarantee you, he might not have seen the floor for the whole game, let alone the fourth quarter. So for him to trust him in that spot and for Kuminga to also still make impact plays on both ends of the ball to justify it was so perfect for us to see in a win. That's the key to me.
And it's the fact that that lineup actually works so well that we've been starting it or for like pretty much since then. That
Yeah,
lineup
essentially.
of like, well, like the four main guys of Steph, Jimmy Butler, Kuminga, and
Draymond.
Draymond.
Yeah.
They swapped out with like Al or Post here and there, but
Man,
for the most part, it's
I'm sorry, man.
for the most part, it's just like those four have been like the most consistent.
Genuinely, man. It was just that was such a like feel good statement win. And again, it's early into the season. I'm not gonna sit here and act like as if we're 4-1, give us the title now. It's 82 games plus an extra 16 that we're gonna have to be playing.
We've been 4-1 a couple times the last couple
Yeah,
years.
we have been. But I remember the last time we beat the Lakers on opening night.
Was in 2023.
I'm just saying. Was it?
Yeah. Well, ring night, technically.
No, I'm saying at the Lakers.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, there was something happened that season, man. You know what I'm saying? Just something happened that season. But hey, man, we're gonna slow our roll. We're gonna slow our roll,
Yeah,
man. But moving on.
the Suns got slotted out into Game 7. That's what happened that season.
Yeah, they did that.
Man.
Well, that Luka game was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. This next game though was pants. I'm gonna be real, bro. This next game was horrible.
Yeah, bro.
I'm gonna be so real. We go on to play the Portland Trailblazers in a back-to-back, bro. And I'm gonna be honest. For the most part of this game, like especially to start midway, basically till like around the end of the second quarter, I felt pretty good like about the game. Steph was going bonkers. He had ended up the game with 35 points. He was by far our best player. But we were playing pretty well as a team. I felt like defensively there was a lot of issues because of the size that Portland presented, the second chance points as well. But Portland shooting in that game, bro, my goodness, it was outrageous, man. But we came up short, split the back-to-back. What were your guys' thoughts on that game?
I mean, Portland defense is a real thing, man. Like
Yeah.
they were hounding us in that game.
Too. Pants. Like I feel like I said at the start of the season, Portland is a team that kind of concerns me in terms of like our matchup with them because they are young, athletic, and they have a lot of length, which is three things that I think historically we've just always struggled with, and I don't see that being any different this season. And yeah, that was definitely not great to see, but again, second night of a back-to-back, so I mean, you can give them some grace, but still, I feel like teams like that are ones that we are just naturally going to struggle against, given the nature of our team.
Yeah,
you're not going to win every game
because they were like making it a point almost to like push the ball every play, even on like made baskets. And so I think that also was like very, what's it called? like something that was like kind of an emphasis for them, really
Yeah.
the entire game.
It was. And I think Portland, to be honest with you, just to talk about them for a quick sec, obviously, like, I think they're going to be a fun team this year. I was saying it during the stream. The size that they have on their team is crazy, like from at every position. And I think all through their roster, for the most part, you have either slight positives to like at the very worst, I think, to like extreme, very talented defenders across each position. And it's like in this league, that's very hard to find a solid POA, solid wing defenders, really good rim protectors, and they have a large amount of all of that. And I think
Yeah.
with Splitter coming in, obviously Chauncey Billups dealing with whatever investigation that he has to deal with. I think he's going to do an excellent job because he understands already the essence of ball movement, playing under Greg Popovich, implementing some of his movements, his sets, and just the concept of fluid basketball. And having all that talent at his disposal is going to do wonders for Portland. So I think Portland this year will be a very hard team to beat for a lot of teams in the NBA. They're going to give you a very hard time. Might be a lot better than even me saying what just them being hard to beat in general. But like, bro, they're a very good team, and they caught us on a back-to-back and they handled business because Tiago Splitter basically told them these niggas are old, run, and it worked. I'll be honest with you, it worked, bro. But
Pants.
yeah, pants. Moving on to Memphis, bro, and we had a few days off, came into this game, and out the gate, I think we came out really, really comfortable. It was belt to ass. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. More particularly from the young guys. And this, I'll be honest with you, I've been waiting to talk about this. Waiting to talk about this, man. Coming off of that Portland game, there was obviously conversation from Steve saying that Brandon Pajemski was in his own head, and when he overthinks too much and tries to make too many decisions and is indecisive, it kind of affects how he plays, and he can just get in his own head sometimes because he wants to be good, which is a good sign for any young player that wants to try and get better. But Steve Kerr is basically saying, slow down, take a deep breath, make the easy decision. The game will just essentially come to you. And that's basically what Jonathan Kuminga has been doing up until this point, which is why he's been our best role player. And since that quote came out, I think BPOS has been playing excellent basketball. And it showed in this game, not from just him, Kuminga, and Moody, who were three individual players who all scored 20 or more alongside Jimmy Butler in a blowout against the Memphis Grizzlies, who again are pants, but it was a good win. Now, Gifted, I know you like pants, so you let me know your perspective on the Memphis Grizzlies game, man.
I rock with pants. I have a bigger picture thing I'm gonna save for when we get to the Clippers game, but I just like that they showed instant response. Okay, we lost. Cool. There's 82 games. How do you bounce back in the very next game? And they did so in really good fashion. We dominated them, which is important to show. Like, good teams normally after they lose bounce back and win in really convincing fashion. And also, I think what was huge is Steph didn't have a crazy shooting game. I'm pretty sure Steph had like, I think 16 points in the game, whatever it was.
Yeah, 16.
And we had, right, yeah. And we had multiple other people come out and produce in different ways. Kuminga was crazy, though. I'm pretty sure he had, I think, 25 and 10, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like, his commitment to just being on the glass, passing the ball, like, this is everything that Kerr won. And I know that, like, our individual segment for him is coming, but he was a huge force in that game.
Yeah, genuinely. I felt like from the second half onward, again, the shooting in this game was ridiculous. I felt like everyone was making their open threes, which kind of we needed it essentially because I felt like throughout the first couple of games, the 3-point shot wasn't really there. Like we were generating good looks, but Al, Quinten, B-Pods, Moody was missing, of course. Even Steph for a few games wasn't really shooting the 3-point ball that significantly, right? So for me, seeing like the generating 3-point shots that we got, we're leading the league, and I think a 3-point. I don't know if it's attempts or makes. It's one of the two. But the way we're getting our threes, it's very, very good. It's giving me like I don't want to say Boston Celtic vibes, but when Boston won their title in that same year, they were bottom 10 in pace, but they were very good in terms of like generating high quality threes and leading the league in 3-point attempts and being one of the best 3-point shooting teams, if not the best 3-point shooting team in the NBA. I think right now for the Warriors, even though it's 5 games, it's been the exact same thing where our pace has been bottom 10, but our 3-point percentage and attempts and quality have been excellent throughout the 5 games. And that shows a lot to me. That means not only can you play fast, which has been the Warriors' bread and butter since we've been winning, but in the half court, you were able to generate quality looks. And B-Pods, Kuminga, Moody, they were excellent across the entire board. Moses Moody defensively, Kuminga defensively, Brandon Pajemski offensively and defensively. All 3 of them were excellent. Not to mention Jimmy Butler, who basically helped put the game away and allow Steph to only play like 28 minutes or something like that. He didn't play that much. He did genuinely. So these are very good signs to me of a team that can win those games and allow their young core to give you something. Because when they do get it going like that, plus with Steph and Jimmy, that's a very hard team to beat, bro. A very, very hard team to beat.
Yeah, especially, we haven't even really focused on this yet. I don't even think we've talked about it, like, even during the games. Bro, Jimmy Butler, he can shoot threes again all of a sudden.
He's been hitting threes. Yeah.
Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe the offseason was that might be another byproduct of the offseason with Steph. But yeah, this season he is 57% from 3. Obviously, that's not going to keep up. But even just the fact that he's like,
hey man,
he's taking them,
hitting like, especially his corner threes, he's been really knocking down. I feel like that's a really good sign moving forward.
Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna lie. If you look at some of the 3-point makes that he's had, a few of them were shot clock cheese. I'm gonna be honest, but
yes,
bro, just hitting the catches. No one's asking you to do sidestep corner fades. Like no one's asking you to come off a split action and be Klay Thompson. We're not asking that. When we drive and kick and they help off of you, can you just knock down your 3? Please do that, man. Like just please do that. And I felt like we did that against Memphis. And defensively, we looked again. It was a little bit questionable. They did put up 120. They are I think they are the highest scoring team in the league still. I don't know because again, it's only 5 games, so one really good game could fluctuate the entire list of a thing. So you know what I mean. So, but they're still one of the highest scoring teams in the league. So
to answer to add on to what you said earlier, the Warriors are 20th in pace and are 6th in attempts, 3-point attempts, and 1st in makes.
Hey man, we making our threes. It's a good sign, man. That's a very good sign. But now, shout out to the Memphis Grizzlies. It's always been belt. Will never not be belt. And yeah, don't ever tweet strength in numbers ever again in your life because you have no numbers on your team. It stinks, and Ja will be traded. That's all I have to say about Memphis, man.
wow.
Moving on. Jackson is not a big.
You said who's not a big?
Jaren Jackson.
Oh, nah. We've been doing this 3 rebounds a game, bro. I can get more rebounds than him in a game, bro. I'm 6'2". Come on, man. Like, what are we talking about right now, bro? The guy's 6'11", 7 foot, can't get more than 5 rebounds a game. Yo, come on, man. Put the prize in the bag, bro. But anyways, let's move on to the next game, which is another back-to-back. And Adam Silver, are you trying to kill my players? Like genuinely in GTA? Like, are you actually trying to just like destroy my guys' legs? Because bro, what's with these back-to-backs? The crazy part is when we go through the schedule, which we will moving forward, we have another back-to-back. We have 3 sets of back-to-backs. We play 5 games in 9 days. 5 games in 9 days. I just want to let y'all know we're playing 5 games in 9 days, bro. Which is crazy.
I like that though. Like I kind of like having this early on because A, it's a good force for the team to have to rally behind, and B, I would rather have these at the beginning where there's less mileage on everyone's bodies than at the end of the season where we're trying to make a run because that's going to be hard, right? So
yeah,
I think getting them out of the way early is good for us.
But the thing is, though, the past few seasons, and we'll get into the Clippers game, but the past few seasons we've been pretty good in our starts. What the problem with us was always been end of November to the All-Star break. That portion of the season to me is when I'm really going to lock in on the Warriors. Now, mind you, we already played the Clippers, who are a good team, the Nuggets, who are a good team. Outside of those, what other teams we obviously Portland, we played LA, and then what other team am I missing? It was LA, Nuggets, Portland, Memphis, and Clippers. So yeah, we played 2 good teams out of the possible 3. Essentially 3, to be honest with you, because Portland is a good team to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But we've shown a lot of positivities against some of these other teams. Now there's more games to be played. We still haven't played the OKCs. We're gonna play Milwaukee tomorrow. When you guys see this, obviously we're gonna be playing Milwaukee that same day. But It just that mid-season block before All-Star break to me, if you can really push and give yourself a good cushion, then bro, we're chilling. Genuinely, we're chilling. But speaking of chilling, let's go back to the back-to-back in LA. Sorry, not in LA, in San Francisco, man. And first of all, that game was like had its ups and its downs, bro. It was crazy. I felt like the Warriors won this game. I think it was 78-98. I'm guessing
Because
right now.
yeah, I
I
think
think it was
90.
79. I think it was 79.
Yeah, 98-79.
90-79. Okay, yeah. But anyways, though, very low scoring game. But I'm not gonna lie, in real time, it did not feel like that. I'll be completely honest with you. Like
No.
the opening first quarter for us was very good. I think we put up 30 in the first quarter. We played excellent. It was the second quarter where we were playing really bad basketball. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. The game started to open up for the Clippers. We blew open a 17-point lead actually, and it got eviscerated. We were down going into the half. Steph didn't really shoot the ball well in particular today. I can't lie to you. They were throwing hella bodies at Steph. They're trying to basically say anybody but Steph hoops and essentially worked. Um, Jimmy poured in a good 20 again. I was surprising, not even surprising, but like very forthcoming Jimmy. Like he's been excellent as a scorer so far. Been very aggressive when needed to be as well, picking his spots. But the player that I want to talk about, and I'm assuming that you guys want to talk about, Jonathan Kuminga, man. I mean, when we talk about a 180, bro, bro, this might be the craziest 180 I've ever seen in my life, bro. I've never seen a player buy in, and not only just buy in, chat. I'm talking about buying in and playing their role literally to perfection. Like
It's to the
there's
point
nothing more I
where
can ask from him.
it's literally to the point where, like, if you literally just took his jersey off and put a different jersey on him, you would think that it's a different guy. Like,
Genuinely. If you told me we drafted another player from where is he from? Congo? If you told me we drafted another player from Congo, took his jersey off, gave it to you know what I'm saying? Bro, I would have been like, you know what, this guy's crazy good, bro. This is crazy. But like to me, it's not like it's the commitment to finding the good plays always. Like it and his indecisiveness is just gone. And it kind of makes me annoyed because I'm like, bro, you could have done this the whole time. Like, you know what like you're telling me when we played Minnesota, even though we didn't have Steph, you could have played like the right way and still picked your spots and defensively would have been better this whole time. Like you were just not doing it. Like there's times where literally he would used to look off Steph and even Jimmy to try to just play his own game. Like, oh yeah, let me go to the mid range and show people that I have a back to the basket game, which pants, bro, the fries, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just astonished at this 180, bro. He played excellent. He had one assist yesterday, and that assist was the best assist of the game. it was crazy. It was a bounce pass to Steph, but it was the how he did it. It was the timing. It was understanding where Steph is coming from. It was let me throw this bounce pass beautifully. Gifted wasn't even able to see it, unfortunately, because he was sleeping at that time. But like,
fell asleep at the beginning of the game this time, not the end.
Yeah, bro. It was insane, man. I want to say shout out to Kuminga, bro. Just completely gifted, bro. I know you were on the train of I want him gone for a bag of chips. So you let me know how you feel. About
So here's what I said, right? And I'll let Denver show this first real quick. Yeah.
What a pass.
He has been making plays like that since the beginning of preseason. Specifically what I said last year was Kuminga has these annoying flashes where he can do this. I believed he could do this, but the idea of him like putting together a stretch consistent enough, I wasn't sure if he'd ever find that spot on the roster. I thought the trust between him and Kerr was completely gone. Anytime Steve Kerr got in front of a microphone and said the words Jonathan Kuminga, he was willing to say, I'm not playing him, DNPs. He can play less minutes in the playoffs. Like, that's what Kerr was on in reference to him. And yet, literally everything that he wanted Kuminga to do, he has done in every facet. And it gets to the point where in some of these games, it's scary because I know he's going to pass the ball. Like I know he's going to try to make, like, there are times where sometimes he overpasses, and I'm like, I just haven't seen him be in that mode for a super long time. And that type of player is a player that you do not trade for a guard that can't play defense. That's a type of player that can legitimately make a transformative change in the roster because, again, he's also showing us athletically why he has such a key role in his team because there are some rebounds he's getting where it's like no one else can go get that rebound. No one else can jump and get to that spot.
Bro, you seen him leaping for
swing.
boards now, bro? Like,
Yeah,
there
it's
are times
crazy.
we don't have a center on the floor, bro. I just see like this figure just soaring. Like, is it a bird? No, it's Kuminga. Like, bro,
Yeah.
like the guy is literally just soaring to get rebounds, bro. Like, I'm just seeing him leap over it. He's head and shoulders over people, just grabbing the rebound, just pushing. Like,
Yes.
like, bro, he's been amazing. And it's crazy because I've been like a 180, I guess, myself in terms of my view on Kuminga. But I've always said like the talent for Kuminga is always there. It's just, can he buy in? Can you do the things that need to be asked of you on a daily basis, on a nightly basis, I should say, so that we can trust you to play you more minutes? Because even when you get on the floor, and I've been the biggest hater, I guess, of Steve Kerr in terms of not allowing him to flourish, but a part of it's also buying into the things that we need. I understand you wanting to show that you have talent, wanting to be able to score the basketball, but like we need you to do the other things as well. Like a wing rebounding is very important in this league. Very, very important, bro. Closing out defensive possessions is very important. It's not something that just like you can take lightly, essentially. You know what I mean? Like, look at that rebound there that he just got for us. It resulted in a turnover, but it could have been another potential possession as well. Like, it's the little things to me that matter the most. And I feel like, I'll be honest with you, this is how I feel. I genuinely feel like he's been watching like Iggy film. Like
Yeah.
the little rebounding he does, the DHO passes, understanding the cuts as well. Look, like dribbling the ball and looking and scanning the floor. Who's open? Who's reading the, like, those type of things. I feel like he's been watching Iguodala film. And if we can get an iteration of Andre Iguodala on this team with the Steph and Draymond right now, that will help us tremendously. I just want to say shout out to Jonathan Kuminga, man.
I think the key thing that matters with all this too is you're seeing Jimmy Butler actually.
Your mic.
Am I good? Am I good or no?
Oh yeah, you get you back.
Okay, yeah. I think that there's genuinely spots in this game where Butler has to have had some type of impact because he's like literally telling them exactly where to go, all these spots. And I feel like that has rubbed off on him in the best way that it ever could because he's making reads before the reads even there. That's what we've been asking him to do for years now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, bro, I think those possessions to me are just important, bro. Like, see that possession there, fighting for the rebound, very good. I don't even know if we scored off of that, but like closing off the possession to me has been the most important. Now, there's another player that I actually really want to talk about, and I felt like this was just kind of like, I don't want to say statement game, but I'll say breakout in terms of what he can be for this team. Quinten Post yesterday was amazing. Now, I will say this. He obviously hasn't had a good start to the season. Unfortunately, hasn't been shooting the ball that well. But the biggest concern for obviously all of us, and for me, even though I've given him a lot of bail, has been his lack of defensive prowess on that end of the floor. But I felt like today, or I should say yesterday, when we played the Clippers, playing a guy like Zubac who's back to the basket, post hooks, offensive rebounds, and he was obviously still solid. I felt like QP did a very good job defensively. Like, not only the physicality part of it, but contesting shots at the rim, rebounding the ball, closing out possessions. And that, I felt like that kind of just opened up the floor for him to be able to knock down his shots on the other end as well. And again, this is another thing when if QP is clicking like that on both ends of the floor, very hard team to beat because now you have a 7-footer with Steph operating in the pick and roll, and you have to make a decision. Do you put 2 on Steph, which you most likely probably will? You leave QP open. He's lacing threes like he was doing yesterday. And I feel like he showcased again what he's capable of doing. I'm not saying he's going to do this every single game. I would hope he would, but I feel like this was a great game for him to kind of get his feet wet in terms of, hey, Kerr, I'm a viable role player for this team. I'm someone who can be very vital for you for multiple games, and I'm a very functional NBA center. You said what?
Hi, I'm still here.
Yeah, but like I feel like again he was excellent yesterday, man. And this is some of the film right here. Like quick catch and shoot 3, knock down. Standard, bro. Standard.
Yes, in situations where it's someone like Zubac and they're going to be in drop on the Steph pick and roll, he has to be able to knock those down, and he did.
Yeah, and he did, bro. And the crazy part is is those possessions in between, he was playing excellent defense on Zubac. I vividly remember it. Like right here, they sell out to Steph. QP doesn't see you. Cash. It's cash. The last three that he hit was really crazy though. End of the shot clock. Chris Dunn trying to contest high arcing three. Cash. Like, bro, I'm telling you right now, bro, we have a gem. And I know it's gonna be some growing pains because I get it, he's not a rookie in terms of he's 19 years old. He's an older rookie, but transitioning from college to NBA is still something that needs it's a work in progress, bro. And progression, not linear, takes time, growing pains. But I'm telling you right now, when he's locked and when he is ready, he's going to be one of the most useful big man rotations that we have on this roster. Because that means
QP matters.
You said what?
Like he matters, and like I think the reason why is it's not just the fact that he can shoot KB, it's how quick his shot is. Like he's able to get his shot off faster than a lot of the bigs in the NBA period. And he has some range to him. Like he provides a different type of space than even Al Horford can. Right. And like that variance matters so much when we are talking about trying to win games. Like that margin matters. If he can add that, that's a huge add.
That's a definite huge add, man. And I feel like when we play games like with a big man like Zoo, I don't know how many big men in the league can really do what Zoo does. Maybe Sengun to a similar extent because of play style again.
The game like that specifically.
Yeah, like the way he likes to play. And again, Zoo is a very good big man. Again, it was a depoy caliber player last year. Offensively is very good as well in the pick and roll, on the short roll as well. But again, QP just adds an element of not only just shooting and spacing, but defensively, the rim protection that he can provide for you can be very, very good. And I feel like not only how he played yesterday, but I think how Steve Kerr used him yesterday was the best example too. I've been saying this for the longest time. He's not a big man that you put onto the perimeter and say switch. You run drop. You run a high level show and retreat for someone like QP because you want him in and amongst the trees, getting rebounds, blocking or denying shots. And I felt like yesterday was a beautiful example of that. Genuinely. Like I haven't seen the Warriors have a sizable center like that in a minute. Since obviously Wiseman, because that's the literal last big man that we have. Genuinely. But shout out to QP. Shout out to Moody as well.
I was gonna bring Moody up. Moody to me is the player I wanted to like for sure reference because it feels different with him. Because when he touches the ball, I swear to God, I think it's going in now. Like last night, some of them shots. First off, the shot looks a little bit faster, but like it felt like beams, bro. Where he's just not like that shot is going to fall. If his shooting trends in that direction, it impacts the entire roster so much. Because again, we're talking about adding more players who can knock down a three at a high level. It makes the space around Steph better. And if you make the space around Steph better, Steph is going to be better too.
I agree. I'm not gonna lie. I 100% agree, bro. It's just been excellent from all the young guys. And I don't know what else to say outside of just high praise, bro. Because again, it's shooting variant. And I don't want to say variance because I think Moody is a knockdown shooter. But it's like it's the good thing to see them being able to knock down their shots. Now, how sustainable is it? Can we see it midway through the season? Can we even see it the rest of this week when we play Milwaukee, when we play Indiana, when we play SAC, Phoenix, and all these other teams? We're going to be able to see this. But it's very promising. Like Will Richard, Brandon Pajemski, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, Quinten Post, like all of them have been playing excellent basketball. And we have you like Melton's supposed to be coming back. How is he going to fit in? Is he like it's a good thing that everyone's performing and the guys who are injured are coming back into a good vibe where they can ease themselves in. DeAnthony Melton doesn't have to do too much. You feel me? And there's a multitude of guys to be able to play. The only concern I have is Steve Kerr getting a little too happy with someone and playing them a lot and then just not playing the other person. So I hope Steve Kerr just stays the course, man. That's all I ask, bro.
I think the last thing that
we can talk briefly about, bro. In that Clippers game was like actually like my heart got ripped out of my chest, bro.
Oh, you talk about your boy?
Yeah, man. Oh my God, he fouled. I don't even know how he fouled 2 3-point shooters in like a 2-minute span. Like I didn't even
he does that.
That was possible.
He does. That's what he do.
That was a minus 17 in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's impressive though. You know.
I
Oh
mean, the
my
guy I've been saying like
goodness.
I don't want to say like I'm right. Like I hate to see a player that was good for us become bad, but bro, I've been saying he's cheeks for some very long time now, bro. Like he's very bad at the sport. I just don't know how else to explain it. And there's not an excuse of well, we don't have a lot of viable guards. We have to play him. No, you do have a lot of viable guards.
You don't have to play him. No.
Literally, I
Yeah,
kid
you
you not,
don't.
chat.
You
Will
literally
Richard
don't.
does the exact same thing. Not QP. Gary Payton does, but better. And he can actually dribble the basketball. And I don't mean just like dribble, where's B pods or Steph so I can give him the ball. I'm talking about give me the ball in a pick and roll. I can handle it to a certain degree.
I could
Gary
argue Guy
Payton the
Santos
second,
too at this point.
Gary Payton the
Shit,
second was a
I've
30-year-old
Pat
6'2" power
Spencer's
forward that can't
been all
handle
right
the
in that role
basketball.
too.
Like, bro, look, man, you got your money. We re-signed you, bro. Just go sit somewhere. Genuinely, bro. Just go sit somewhere, bro. Like that's.
I do want to point out the one thing we haven't addressed at all yet that I think is a very positive thing trending. Buddy Hield has been non-existent and it has not mattered.
Yeah.
And the fact that's the case where he just has not been hot. Like we know a month is gonna come where it's like, all right, I'm not gonna miss this month. And that's gonna shift so many lineups when that happens.
Bro, I can't lie. He gave us that in the first game, though. The first game, wow, against the Lakers, he was sparking. Bro.
First game was valid. First game, yeah.
Since the Lakers game, he's been pants, bro. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll be real, bro. Shout out to Buddy, and the fact that like it's crazy how niggas can be ass, and I don't have to worry about him being ass. Like Gary Payton II was the only one who was concerning me because GP2 would constantly be bad, and Steve Kerr would still play him. Like I expect him to play against Milwaukee tomorrow. Like unfortunately, he will be, or today at the time you're seeing this video.
That was I feel like the thing that people weren't really or they didn't really want to address about the start last season is that we're winning all these games, but it's like Buddy Hield is averaging,
but he was averaging 20 points
right
bro.
Now. Like
bro.
He was going. I remember that New Orleans game, Celtic game, bro.
He was shooting something crazy, man.
The Jazz game.
But bro,
and the fall off for the rest of the season was
we're
tough.
Gonna need that. Like, imagine we go against Milwaukee tomorrow. Buddy Hield 7 threes. We win by 10. Like, bro, those are. I'll be honest with you. I like having variance guys because on any given night,
I agree with you. On any given night, you can get a performance that will literally swing the game in a crazy way.
And the worst part is, on any given night, Ryan Rollins can put up 60, and he just might tomorrow. But anyways, though, because we're speaking about Ryan Rollins, man, let's talk about the games for the following week, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the games for the following week. So tomorrow or the day that we're this release, so technically tonight at 8 p.m. If you're still watching, by the way, click the link, join the room. We'll be live at that time, Thursday, 8 p.m. Warriors at Milwaukee. You feel me? But Giannis has been on a tear. Some would say best player in the world. I wouldn't mind it. Again, he's been playing excellente basketball, genuinely.
And Draymond got something for him. He's holding him to 10
I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know about this one, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I love Draymond, but bro, this one's serious. This one is serious. But we go in to play Milwaukee at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central. You get the time zone, bro. If you don't understand time zones at this point in 2025, bro, just you're not going far in this life. But I will just say, bro, this is a very important game. Like very important game in terms of we're going up against an MVP caliber player, a best player in the world caliber player in form at his arena, coming off of a game in that same night where he was destroying the New York Knicks. Can we get a big win? I know Jimmy likes to play in Milwaukee. Obviously, we've seen what he did in those postseason runs. But for me, the biggest player I actually want to see come out is our best player, Steph Curry. These past few games, I'm not going to say he's been playing horrible, but it's been underwhelming in terms of his performances. Now, there's okay reasons for it because the rest of the team is frying, so it's fine. But I feel like in performances like Milwaukee, a statement is needed by your best player. And I think especially to start the game, Steph, we are going to need you to light these guys on fire, like in terms of what he can do as a shooter. And I think he can do that. Playing Miles Turner, obviously playing Giannis, it kind of favors him because, again, smaller guard, can create more space. And their defense, I'm not really the biggest fan of Milwaukee's defense for real. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I feel like it's something that we can get some stuff out of. And if we continue to play our way, I really genuinely think we can win this game. What do you guys think about this Milwaukee matchup?
I'm excited for it, man.
I'm
Giannis
interested.
Has been playing MVP basketball for sure.
My bad. I'm interested to see like how Mike just mentioned in chat. I'm interested to see the Al Horford matchup with Giannis because he's
Yeah.
someone that like it seems every time they play each other, whether it be regular season or playoffs, Al is just someone that has kind of always played him really well. So I feel like I don't know. Is there a chance that Al start? I don't think Al starts, but I think he's gonna play like sort of like similar minutes to what he played in the Nuggets game. He played 29 minutes in the Nuggets game. Obviously that was overtime, but I feel like he's gonna be playing a little bit more minutes than usual just because of the Giannis matchup. But we'll see.
I think the player to be afraid of for the Bucks outside of Giannis,
Gary Trent.
No, Miles Turner is the guy that I'm actually because he hasn't had a great start to the season. We know that we love to give away threes at times. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets up a ton of threes versus us. I just actually see that happening. But yeah, I think this is a good zone for the Warriors to be in. I like the schedule as a whole here because we play a lot of comp. I think by the end of November, we'll have a very good idea of exactly who this team is.
1,
Yeah.
2,
Yes.
3, 4, 5, 6 game road
I think
trip.
QP as well will also be someone again who is going to be important. Like if he can pour in a performance, I'm not saying lock up Miles Turner because I'm assuming Draymond will probably get that assignment. But actually, Al Horford should start with Draymond, to be honest with you, and then we could just run it like that. I like Draymond on Al. I mean, I like Draymond on Miles Turner and have Al Horford on Giannis, and kind of let Draymond roam. I'm not saying Miles Turner, obviously one of the best big man shooters in the NBA, but we got to.
That's why I'm saying Miles Turner is the guy I'm looking at because if he's roaming off of Miles is going to have open shots.
Yeah,
we only have 2 home games. We only have 2 home games in the next 3 weeks.
We're gonna roll with it. Yeah.
I swear last season we had the same thing. I remember last year was like November.
We play 7 road games in an 8-game span.
Bro, we have Sacramento and OKC back to back.
Sacramento, OKC. Wait, where?
Look, scroll up. You see it right there. Tuesday the 11th, November.
You mean San Antonio?
Yes, OKC, San Antonio back to back.
Oh my god, bro! We have Thunder, Wemby. Oh my god!
And I'm here for that. Like I think this is a very important thing for them. But also, like, listen, get all the road games, get all of the back-to-backs done early. When it's time to go on a run at the end of the season, we're gonna have hella home games. I'm cool with that trade-off, honestly.
I mean, I'm cool with that too, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. But let's move on to the next game, man, because there's another game in particular where they don't have Hallie or like half of their starters. So I feel like this should be a win. We play Indiana at Indiana as well before we come back to play Phoenix at home. But Indiana, I think this is really like a standard game. Again, they're going through an unfortunate amount of injuries. I really do feel like they should be tanking. I do like the Pacers as well. Like everyone knows, or at least if you know me, at least you know I'm a big Tyrese Halliburton fan. I really rock with the Pacers, but I feel like they should probably be tanking because of the lack of not talent, I want to say, but the lack of like players active. And there really isn't a point in the season to play to then be able to go to the playoffs and say that you made the first round or you play the Knicks and you lost because you didn't have your best player. Like I feel like you have your pick, tank, get yourself a very good pick in the draft.
They don't have Matherin either.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think TJ McConnell's out too, and then Obi Toppin as well. Like, bro,
Matherin is week to week right now. Yeah.
Yeah, but like again, like I just feel like, bro, you should tank. I'm gonna be honest with you. I expect a Warriors win here, especially if we lose in Milwaukee. You have to win in Indiana, in my opinion. I don't really have like a player to look out for kind of thing. This is just like you come in, you handle your business, and you leave. That's it, bro. That's all.
Nemhard hurt too.
Yep.
Who are they playing?
Bro, I don't know.
Johnny Furphy, Jarris Walker. I forget the third guy. There's another guy that's gonna be playing as well. Oh, Furphy's out too. Damn.
Do they have enough people?
They got a couple two-way players.
Do they have a G League team? They do have a G League team, right?
I believe, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're probably gonna have to call up some G League guys, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest with you, those games are a bit scary, bro. When you call up G League guys, have no clue what they're good at. We go out there just vibes, man. But
Ray J. Dennis, yeah. Right.
Indiana though, yeah, I think it should be a win. Let's move on to let's move on to Phoenix, and I honestly think we're probably gonna pod after the Indiana game, but we'll talk about Phoenix quickly. I mean, again, a team that's not expected to be good this year, a team that employs Dylan Brooks, so that should be kind of fun, I guess. Watch out for the harsh
And Jalen
fouls.
Green.
Watch out for Devin Booker, and just handle yourself accordingly. And I think that should be a win as well. I'll be honest with you. This is
And watch
a
out for the
pretty
code.
this is a pretty standard. Like I expect a 2-1 this week for me at least.
Okay.
Like at for like I don't the most uncertain game obviously is Milwaukee to me, but again, I feel like Phoenix and Indiana, those are gimmies. So you're off the 2 days, you come back, you travel, get yourself ready for Tuesday night, you play Phoenix, you beat Phoenix, and then back to back you're playing SAC. So again, for me, I have us going 2-1. What about you guys?
I mean, the best defense they're playing will be the Bucks defense. To me, it
Yeah.
all comes down to that Bucks game. I do think this is the Al Horford game that we've been waiting on. He showed up in a big way versus Denver. I kind of think he will mirror some of that versus the Bucks. I honestly think we can go 3-0. The Suns game intrigues me because of the play style and pace they like to run at. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's low key a trap game. I don't think Indiana has enough bodies, but I think this is time for us to go 3-0 here.
I
I
think
do
so
believe that.
too, but again, I just don't know how I feel about Milwaukee. But we'll see because we're coming off of a back-to-back that we just had, and then we have one night off to travel to Milwaukee and then play them the following
Oh,
day.
by the way, real quick, I forgot to say this on our last back-to-back portion. The last time the Golden State Warriors won both games of a back-to-back was March 10th, 2024, against the Jazz and the Houston Rockets. So we broke that record. And we got 2 blowouts in convincing fashion. I just think that's still more signs of like them trending in the right way this season.
We didn't win a single back-to-back last year.
Like, no.
Nah,
First time.
crazy, bro. First time in a year is insane. But I agree. I think it is expected to be 2-1. I hope, and we shoot for the 3-0. Like if we come back, we're 7-1, boy. Ooh.
I'm good with 2-1.
That's a good start. But 2-1, I expect. You know what I'm saying? Give me the 6-2. Denver, what you got, man?
6-2. Oh goodness. Yeah, I feel like the only really question mark is the Milwaukee game. But I feel like if we are able to kind of get control, or like, how do I word it? Like, I feel like it's going to be one of those games where Giannis is just going to do what he does. It's just going to be about containing the others.
Essentially, yeah.
And I feel like we are more than capable of doing that. So hopefully 3-0.
So you have us going 3-0.
Yeah.
And be honest, chat. If we beat, this sounds so backwards, but if we beat Milwaukee, we have to go 3-0. I don't expect a loss between Indiana or Phoenix in the slightest. The only loss I expect out of is Milwaukee, and it's good. Like that's all I have to say. So I'm expecting at least 2-1. We beat Milwaukee, we have to go 3-0. But that is going to wrap up today's pod, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of games to cover, a lot of things we spoke about, of course. But if you made it to the end of the video, comment something. I don't know what I was going to tell you to comment something. Genuinely, I don't even actually. If you made it to the end of the video, comment Kuminga 180. You feel me? But with that being said, man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications to be notified when we next upload. And yeah, man, Warriors on a roll, and hopefully the roll continues into next week. Peace out, people.
Peace.